James, I like your haircut.
I ordered a bunch.
Oh my God.
We're live. Everybody out there watching in YouTube world, thank you for joining us. It is the eve of Eve of Godzilla is what I'm calling this. No, we're going to talk about some toys, but the main focus is Godzilla 2014 comes out tomorrow. So, there is a Godzilla movie coming out tomorrow. Holy shit. Yeah, that's right. If you're fucking under 18, you got your parents sitting around the house, turn the fucking computer off and get out of here because this is not for you. Fucking go to the door. If your parents don't know you're watching, just put the earmuffs on. Anyway. Sorry. I was excited. I am fucking pumped. I am pumped. I don't know about you guys, but the first thing, my opening statement I'm going to say is that I don't care about the design right now. I'm okay with it. At this point, I'm just fucking pumped that there is a Godzilla movie coming out tomorrow.
Yes.
So,
ditto.
Let's just shoot the shit. I mean, I don't really have a schedule for tonight, but all right. How about this? What's everybody's plan? Starting with Cody. We're gonna go Cody, David, Chris, James, and John. Kaiju Addicts. Kaiju Addicts. Goji Fan 93. Cody. James, and Notorious. David Ocasio. I didn't forget your name. I'm just trying to make an entrance. So, all right. What's everybody's plans for seeing the movie? Cody, go ahead.
All right. Well, I was gonna go Thursday night, tomorrow night, obviously, but found out the only showings where I live tomorrow night are 3D, and can't do 3D. I'm just not a 3D guy, so I am actually gonna wait till Friday morning. First showing's about 11. Took the day off of work. Got nobody to go with me, but because everybody works. But so I'll probably buy about the 3 or 4 seats around me and go in and enjoy it. I'm pumped, man. I mean, last time I saw Godzilla in a movie theater was Godzilla in 1985 or 84. So it's huge. So
cool. That's awesome.
Awesome. All right, David, you're up.
So Keith. It actually is open in one theater here in Seattle right now. It's called Cinerama, and it's a really awesome, big, giant theater. And the thing about that place, which I love and I hate, is they serve chocolate popcorn.
Oh.
And they pump it out through the whole lobby when you walk in, so you're just like sort of forced to buy it by default because it smells so good, and it tastes like Cocoa Krispies. So it's really, really good. So anyway, I think we're gonna go see it on Saturday night at Cinerama, or late afternoon Saturday at Cinerama, because Keith wants me to wait to see it with him because, believe it or not, he's more excited to see it than I am. But that is changing because my friend August, who you guys all know, or I think you know of him.
I know of him, yeah.
He was on the same page with me initially about being really skeptical and old school fans, Showa, loves the show, series, blah, blah, blah. He actually saw it already, and quote, unquote, it's great, great, great. That's what he said. So I value his opinion because we're on the same page, so that in itself made me even more stoked to see it. So I'm going to go see it at Cinerama late afternoon on Saturday, so that's my deal.
Cool.
That's awesome. Chris, you're up. What are you doing for the film?
I'm gonna go see it tomorrow. Let's see, I got 9:45 my time, Mountain Time, and I'm just gonna see standard 2D because I just like Cody, 3D. I don't know. I get headaches and stuff when I watch stuff in 3D, and most of the time, a lot of stuff is hyped up and like, oh, it looks better in 3D, but to me, it always like makes the movie worse. But I will give it a try on Sunday to go see it at my local theater for like a $7 3D ticket because they do like $5 Tuesdays and Sundays. So I'm just like, all right, well if I'm gonna do 3D, I might as well pay a little cheaper for it. So, but yeah, I am just uber super pumped to see it tomorrow. So excited.
Yeah, also 2D for me too. I'm with you on that, both of you, because it could be good, it could be not good. I've seen both good and bad in 2D, and yeah, the last Godzilla movie I saw in theater was Godzilla 1985. So.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say it. I think the last time I saw.
Oh, well, okay, you're right. I'm sorry. The last was Godzilla 2000. You're absolutely
Okay.
sorry. But the
Yeah,
last, yes, yeah,
Yeah, that was my last movie.
2000.
Wait, real quick, that the new one is not shot in 3D, right? It was shot as 2D, and then they're
Yeah.
just formatting it for 3D.
Yeah, it was converted.
I believe that's true.
Yeah.
All right, John, what's your plans?
Basically, everything Cody said goes for me almost exactly. I don't want to see it. This may change, but I don't think I'm going to see it tomorrow night with a packed theater. You know, just all those people. I'm going to see it. I'm planning to see it for the first time the day after tomorrow during the day. Since I work from home, I'm just going to take a 2-hour lunch and go see that probably by myself. And then I'm sure I'll see it again, you know, when my friends want to go or whatever. And I'm also going to see it in 2D because I never once saw a 3D movie in the theater, and I don't want to take a chance that I'm one of those people that, you know, can't see 3D and, you know, and ruin Godzilla, you know. So
Yeah.
that's it. But that's the first time I see it will be Friday afternoon.
Cool.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm a nut. I'm seeing it tomorrow night at 10 p.m. in New York City, Times Square, with the Goon Squad. A couple guys from Godzilla Collectors Group: Tim Crane, Mike Russo, Greg Adaro, Dutch, John DeSantis. He's the one putting together the Akira Fukube concert at G-Fest. So that's going to be pretty awesome. So 10 p.m. 2D showing. And then I'm going to Jersey, and I'm going to go see it with Paul and James at 1:30. We're doing a 3D for that. And then a 3D IMAX, actually. And then Saturday night, when I get back to Boston, I'm going to see it again on IMAX 3D with my wife and a bunch of other people up here that I know. So, the one thing I'll say about my opinion about 3D, if it was done properly, I can see it working. Like, I think of great 3D films, Gravity and Avatar. If it was filmed in that aspect of depth 3D, then it would work. I'm not really into the whole gimmicky 3D crap, so, but, you know, I want to see it on IMAX, and they're only doing it in 3D. So,
Actually, I agree with you. The only movies that I've ever seen in 3D are Avatar and Gravity, which were both good. And I actually saw the first Spider-Man, the newer one, not Tobey Maguire, but what's his name?
yeah.
I saw that IMAX in 3D, and that was actually pretty good because it looked like the buildings were like it really had a lot of depth to it. So that was actually pretty cool seeing that on the IMAX screen.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the first showing, I'm going to see it in 2D, and Keith doesn't like to go see it in 3D because he has to put glasses over his glasses. That's kind of fucked up anyway. And you know, it is what it is. But if you guys, those of you who are seeing it tomorrow, and you say it's fucking awesome, I might sneak out and see it on Friday by myself at 12 alone, just to sort of be really like, you know, objective about it and not have somebody with me, because we're actually going with a group of people on Saturday night too. So yeah, so I don't know. I'm actually pretty excited about it, and you know, I'm over the design. It is what it is. And August did say that if it would have been a more classic Godzilla design that he and I sort of envisioned, it would have been over the top. He would have not been able to handle it and not been able to control it. So that's, he did say that was a little bit of a bummer for him to get used to this design, and I won't tell you any more spoilers because he did tell me a couple of things, but he, you know, for someone like him to give it that much praise, it's definitely going to be a good movie because he's so into the genre, even more than any of us here, I think, and he's written about it and this and that, so he knows of what he speaks, and so yeah, I am definitely looking forward to it, you know, and then if it's great, you know, and if Cody does come down, maybe we could see it in, like, you know, Palm Desert or something if it's even playing down there.
Yeah,
in the middle of nowhere. So
yeah.
but anyway, that's the deal, and yeah. So nobody has that figure yet. Nobody has that NECA figure yet. I thought
I have it.
Yeah. It's
You
on the
have
way.
Oh, you have it on the way. Okay.
I have it in possession.
Yeah, the NECA one. Okay, that's right, you do. I'm looking forward to seeing what the SH Monster Arts one look like.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's got the most interest for me right now. You know,
Well,
Me too.
yeah.
Me
I
too.
can't wait. I mean the prototype pictures that not prototype. Those
Speed?
teaser pictures that they've been showing.
Yeah.
I think they look great, all blurry and shit. You know. What did I say? Oh, I made a comment. I said Chris, I don't know if I was talking to you or where I made the comment, but I said the blurry SH Monster Arts figure looks better than all the fucking Bandai creations.
Nice. See, I can take it. Like, no, I'm offended. No, how dare you say that?
But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. On Friday, they'll reveal that. So you know, that will be interesting.
Is that going to be revealed on Friday?
They're supposed to reveal it on Friday. They've been showing teaser pictures, you know, over the past few days. So one was really blurry on Monday, and I think yesterday they showed one a little bit more clear. Today they showed a blurry one, but in a different angle. So his legs looked kind of spread apart like the 64 from the SH Monster Arts line, but looks like it's going to be good.
Well, I think some of you read my post the other day on Planet X that I'm going to get one, and I'm going to try to sort of customize it and make it into what I think it should be.
That's cool.
I'm going to like extend the snout a little bit, and I don't know what I'm going to do with the feet because I still don't dig the feet, but I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna play with it, you know, and see what happens because it's almost there. It's just not exactly what I was hoping for.
Yeah, I mentioned that I got that the Jakks Pacific, the big one for my kid, right? And I've had it in the living room for last couple of weeks, and the design's growing on me so much so that, like John's been saying for a while now, the next, and I would be sold on it just off the Jakks Pacific, but if X Plus does a gigantic 2014, I'd be sold. I would love to see a gigantic version of that thing from X Plus.
I'm hoping for a Yuji Sakai one. Because you know his MO. Those of you who know who Yuji Sakai is, he's a really like prolific model builder from Japan who takes the existing Godzilla suit, and he gives them his own little spin, which usually translates to like this really badass piece. So if he does one, like he even made the '98 piece of crap look halfway decent. I mean, have you seen his '98 sculpture? It's a dynamic pose, and it's you know, he made it the best it could possibly be.
Is that in the Dream Book?
It is in the Dream Book. Yeah.
That's the one where he's kind of like on a knee.
Running pose. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen that one yet.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, and but if he takes it and puts his kind of spin on it, because I love his work, then I would definitely be stoked to get one of those. But
now you know what's funny. Richard Cox, who is a co-owner of ClubTokyo.org with Mike Johnson, he posted something on a couple of the groups yesterday on Facebook, and I think it was the X Plus Gino that made it on the top 10 list, but not one other X Plus Godzilla figure made it on that list. But the list was for the most recently searched or looked at items on Club Tokyo. I'm like, you gotta be like mind blown.
Mind blown. Well, speaking of that, a shameless plug for myself. The next issue of Famous Monsters is going to be an all Godzilla 60th anniversary issue. And I did an article and photos of my idea of the top 10 Godzilla toys of all time.
I was going to ask you about that when that was
some of you actually had a little preview of the article. I think I sent it to some of you. And so that's coming out in the next couple of weeks. So that's going to be my take on the top, you know, 10 Godzilla toys, and it was so fucking hard to pick 10. And I did do a couple of honorable mentions. I cheated a little bit, but there are definitely some X Plus in there. Lots of Bandai, you know, and it's going to be fun. So hopefully you can all grab an issue of that. There's so many different covers too that Bob Eggleton is doing. Like, I think there's 4 different covers. There's a Godzilla vs. Mothra cover. There's an 89 Godzilla cover. There's a 54 cover, and there's also a 2014 cover. So yeah, look for that issue, and I'll give you guys some heads up when that's coming up. But it'd be cool to see what you guys think of my choices.
Yes.
With a little bit of feedback from you guys. I know some of you I asked a long time ago what you think, so it'll be interesting to see.
Awesome. Yeah, I can't wait to read that. All right, here's another topic for Godzilla 2014. If I remember correctly, I think the budget for the film was $139 million. Does anybody know?
I don't know.
All right. Well,
No idea.
okay, not important. What do we think the weekend box office is going to be? You know, let's just guesstimates. You know, I don't know. Cody, what do you got?
I would, well, at least triple that, right? I mean, what do they say? They say movies have to.
Well, think of this. The Avengers did, I think, $207 million. Now, those are well-known actors, big franchises mixed together, so...
Yeah, my whole take on it is the difference with this movie than a lot that's coming out is it's like it's an old idea, Godzilla, but it's kind of a new concept other than maybe Pacific Rim, but Pacific Rim even kind of had a superhero type feel where this kind of feels more dramatic and stuff. So I think I think there's a lot more people that might shine on the going to see like superhero movies like X-Men and stuff like that, but might still be interested in Godzilla because it's kind of dark, kind of horror movie-ish, you know. So, you know, I'm thinking at least triple. And I heard a figure, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Hollywood movies have to double the cost of what it took to make the movie just to break even. And after they do that, then that's when they start to profit. And it might have even been triple the cost of what it takes to make the movie to start to make a profit on it. So I'm hoping at least for that, but, you know, we'll find out Monday, I guess.
All right, so give me a number. Come on.
I'm going to shoot for, I'm going to say, let's go 300 million.
$300 million in an opening weekend.
Yeah.
Wow.
You realize that would be the biggest opening weekend of any movie ever?
That's what I'm hoping for, right?
Oh, yeah. Godzilla's in good hands. We probably, if that made $300 million in the weekend, if it does, then we probably get another 28 films after that.
I'm hoping for.
Well, start high, right? David, what do you got?
I really don't have any. I'm not good with those kind of number things, but what I'm thinking is if the movie is good, I mean, it's going to be a big number the opening weekend regardless because there's a lot of buzz and a lot of, just for personally, a lot of the non-Godzilla fans are stoked about it. You know what I mean? So I think we're going to get a big, huge influx of people going to see it the opening weekend. And then if the movie is good, they're going to sustain that you know, viewership or however you want to say it.
Yeah. So
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I can't give you a number, but I think opening weekend is going to be pretty epic. I mean, here's a question for you guys. Is there anything else competing with it in the same sort of genre or no?
No, there's nothing. The only other movie that's getting a big release is some movie about some baseball pitcher or some shit.
Oh, screw that. Screw that.
Baseball.
I don't. Yeah. What?
Yeah. Screw that BS. No.
Yeah.
So that's good. You know, it's good that it's not going to compete with like X-Men or Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Or even Maleficent, which I'm actually psyched to see. That looks like a really cool movie.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Maleficent is my favorite Disney villain, so I'm hoping that movie's going to be good. So But yeah, I think epic opening weekend, and then if the movie's good and it gets good reviews, it's going to be sustained and it's going to actually make money. That's my prediction, because it's not all about us.
No.
The general public and see what they think of Godzilla. So,
Chris, what's your guesstimate?
I'm kind of on the same page with David. I'm not really good or pay attention to box office numbers per se. I just kind of, when it comes out, I'm just like, well, was it successful? Okay, you know, I don't really have a number. But yeah, pretty much what David said. I 100% agree.
Okay. John, you got a guess?
With numbers, no. I don't know anything about ticket sales or money, all that stuff. But I think it's getting a lot of good press. I think it's going to have a great opening weekend. I think just like casual Godzilla fans, are going to be going. I'm worried that there might be a little kaiju fatigue, though, in the market because of Pacific Rim. But I still think Godzilla is going to do a heck of a lot better than Pacific Rim did on its opening weekend.
I hope so.
Yeah.
It will. It will.
Does anybody remember how Pacific Rim did?
One thing that I did hear, and I hope this isn't going to be a spoiler, it's really not. Gareth Edwards isn't known for, like, his last monster movie was Monsters, which I actually really liked a lot.
Yes.
But the monsters weren't in it that much. And I think that should I not say anything, or?
No, well, that's a topic I definitely want to get into.
Okay, all right, I'll wait then. I'll hold off on that.
Okay, I'm gonna just throw my don't lose your train of thought. My my guesstimate for the opening weekend is gonna be about 140 million. So
Billion?
$140 million for opening weekend. So if it's anywhere between Cody's 300 million or my 140, we're good.
All right.
All right. All right. So what David was just talking about, I'm calling it the slow build. That's what I'm referring it to, and I'll just say two movies, and then David, you go back to it. But when it's being compared to Alien and Jaws, that stands for something, because those are two historical Hollywood movies that really set the tone and the standard in in storytelling. So, David, go back to what you were saying.
You got it. No, I agree, because, the funny thing is, as far as the Alien series go, that's a really great comparison, because most people, the general public, love Aliens more than Alien, because it's nonstop action and there's a lot of stuff going on, and I do like that. But for me personally, the serious, ominous, frightening tone of Alien and the implied horror of that thing being trapped in space with this creature that you can't escape from, the claustrophobic sort of desperate, hopelessness that causes. To me, that's filmmaking, and that emotes emotions that I want to see, and that brings it out in me, because we've already seen, like, Pacific Rim, Transformers, where we have this nonstop visual bombardment of so much that I can't even tell what's what. But if we have, like, bits and pieces of Godzilla, and, like, seeing what his aftermath is when he's come, and not knowing when he's going to show up, and anticipating that, and getting that sort of, like, anxiety about when's he going to show up, to me that is filmmaking at its best, and that's what I hear it's going to be. So less is more for me, man. It's always the implied stuff that's more terrifying than the actual visualization of what the threat is. So, and everything is pointing in that direction. So that makes me stoked.
Mm-hmm. I agree 100%. 100%.
Hey, just to throw in there, Pacific Rim says its opening weekend $37.2 million.
That much?
Only $37 million.
Oh, 37. Okay, 37. Okay, and you said 100. What was your prediction for Godzilla?
I'm thinking 140 million.
So more than double.
Yeah, I'm kind of scared about that number that I said now. But,
No, the Pacific Rim's opening weekend was really disappointing, they said.
I do remember that they were. I remember hearing that because I didn't see it opening weekend, and I remember them talking about the fact that it did real poorly at the movie theater, at the box office. So
at the U.S. box office, it did really good overseas.
Yeah.
So, okay, so
that's a huge factor too, because it's not all about what the United States thinks. It's about what the box office sales are worldwide. So that number may not come in until much later. Because there's so many movies that really kind of were sleepers here that really did well overseas. But it's interesting, and even my mom's like, "Are you going to see Godzilla this weekend?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm going." I said, "Are you and Dad going?" Well, it's not going to come down here for quite some time, so maybe we will. But.
And just for another reference, this new Godzilla movie cost $160 million to make. And that's not including the marketing, which is massive, too. So, all right, we were talking about the whole slow build.
Slow build.
Well, the other thing about a slow build is what it allows the movie to do is develop characters. And, a lot of good movies come from the fact that they have great characters, and as an audience we want to relate with those characters, and the more we relate with those characters, the more we feel what they're feeling when Godzilla comes out of the ocean, the terror and the suspense. And so for it to be a slow build, for me, obviously, it's just going to let us dive into the characters and be even more surprised when Godzilla finally pops out,
Yeah, we want to care about the characters, and it looks like we're going to, because it looks like there's human side of the story and everything. And I totally 100% agree. You got to have character development. Excuse me. The '98 Godzilla debacle, I wanted them all to just die. I could care less. I didn't think that was
pretty much.
It was just piss poor. And hey, James.
Sorry, guys. I tried using my phone and it keeps getting kicked off. And so.
Well, at least it looks like you're home now.
I am. I'm not on the cell phone. Kids, don't try it at home on your cell phone while driving. But that's just my disclaimer. Okay. Are you guys still on the topic of what you think it's gonna gross?
Sure.
We're kicking it around. Go ahead. What do you got?
Well, I thought it was interesting. I looked up the actual 1998 movie and looked what that grossed basing.
What movie are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know. But that movie earned $136 million its first weekend. So
really, in '98, that's a big number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Cody,
I don't mean to cut off. But $136 million without showing what that fucking piece of shit looked like.
Yeah.
The Geno, that's what I'm saying.
So I mean, if that can get $136 million, I think this one's gonna make more the first week.
Well, that was so many years ago too. So absolutely.
Yeah. Now it's $20 a ticket.
I mean, Cody, you're probably more close to correct than we thought initially, because. If that's the correct number for 1998, that's a big ass box office. But I bet as soon as the opening weekend happened, it fell way the fuck down.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, because then it's about word of mouth and what the critics, to a certain degree, are saying about it, and obviously we've all seen it, so I can't imagine anybody coming out of that theater going, "Hey, go check this movie out," So.
See, but that's the good thing right now is everybody that's going to get in the, we've seen a lot of people in the Facebook groups, they've got to go to early screenings. Like David, like you said, August seen it, Kyle's seen it.
Oh, Kyle's seen it too?
Kyle's seen it, and that's why he's not with us right now. He's working on his review. But everybody has said nothing but good things about it. Sure,
Wait, hold up. Did Kyle say anything like positive? Like 2 thumbs up?
Really?
That's what I took from him.
All right, that's two people that I really.
Oh man,
So
now
that's
I'm even more excited.
But
awesome.
you know, it's gonna. I lost my train of thought. Sorry.
Sorry, no, I interrupted you. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's fine. It's no big deal.
It's gonna do good. It's gonna have a
word
big.
of mouth. Word of mouth. That's right. You know, everybody's been saying good things. I'm not really big on the reviews on the internet sites, but you know, Metacritic is good. Rotten Tomatoes is good. IGN. Now everybody says, "Oh, don't trust IGN.com. It's a video game website." They gave it a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, which is big because I go to IGN a lot, and for them to give something that high of a movie, especially of Godzilla, that's big. That's like a big deal right there.
The guy that reviewed it is actually a big Godzilla fan too, so for him to give it that, pretty valid to me at least.
Wait,
And Rotten Tomatoes.
Let me just ask you a completely unrelated question. Is everybody's video feed a little bit off?
Mine seems okay.
I'm hearing everybody perfectly, but it's actually off from your lips, like it's delayed a little bit.
So it's just bad English dubbing.
Yours is fine. It's bad English dubbing. It's totally bad English dubbing. Yeah. But
we're in a Godzilla movie, yay!
Chris, yours is fine.
It is?
But
Oh.
everybody else is delayed. Like Cody's is delayed. Delayed.
David, I was having this problem last weekend, or this past weekend. Maybe if you lower your bandwidth at the top of the screen where it's got all little icons.
Yeah.
Maybe, David, if you try that, because I lowered mine in hoping that I don't get screwed up again, but...
I had to school Rich in that.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Yeah,
But,
just tinker with it.
But I can hear you perfectly. It's just a little bit delayed. That's all.
All right. Let's see. Chris, what is your opinion on the slow build?
Yeah, I think it's fantastic. I mean, every time I see an interview with Gareth Edwards, I mean, this guy gets movie making, and it's just like everything he says, I'm just like, yes, somebody gets it, you know. And another thing that I think about when it comes to slow build-up is that it gives the viewer imagination, like oh, what is he gonna look like? So you know, the viewer's thinking like, okay, is he gonna look like this, or like what's gonna happen? Like where's he gonna appear? How is he gonna look? Or what is he gonna do? And it just brings so much more imagination to the film rather than just, you know, here's our monster, just put him out, just blah, blah, blah. And I love it. And just like the other points that David and Cody brought up was, you know, the whole thing about drawing a blank. Crap.
Darn, I hate when that happens.
I totally drew a blank.
Well, you talk about the slow build.
Yeah.
Development.
Yes, character development. That was a big thing. Yes, because it'll make the destruction scenes more meaningful. You know, because just like the '98 film, like I didn't give a shit about the characters, so therefore when, you know, Zilla came through, I was like, all right, but because we're gonna care about the characters, it's just gonna make the destruction even more meaningful. And I'm super excited that he's doing that kind of style rather than just like, here's our monster, just put him out there. Blah. No imagination. I like it. So.
Okay, John, what's your take?
I kind of have to. I'm a little worried that the slow build's going to be too slow, because from what I've heard, he doesn't show up until like, you know, too close to the end for my taste. I mean, because this is the only Godzilla we're going to get for quite a while, if ever again. And I wish there would be a little bit more of him in there. So I don't know. I do like the idea of a slow build. I like all the anticipation and all that stuff. And I heard or read that there were going to be a couple tease scenes, so it's almost like he's there without him. So I don't know. I just have to see it, but I don't think I'm overly worried about it. I hope he's not in there just for like the last half hour. So I think that's what's going to happen. So I don't know. I'll have to see.
Well, you know the 54 movie, I think they got it spot on because there's a lot of anticipation, it builds, yet he does show up at a good point, and then he goes away for just a tiny bit, and then he's in it for the last third of the movie. That's all Godzilla. So that to me, that formula was perfect because you don't necessarily need to see the monster on the screen every second and the 54 had a lot of good human drama to it too, and like a lot of triangle and all of that stuff. So if they would have used that archetype for this film, I think that would have been a little bit better. And I do agree. I don't want to see him only in the last half hour, but you know, it's very, very tough because you know Monsters had a lot of criticism because I remember one specific review said Monsters was great except there was no monsters in it. And it's like, you know, they were very sparsely shown in the film, and you know, but I still love that. Like, you really cared about those two characters that were in there. I liked them; they were great actors,
Yep.
and that whole, you know, Gareth Edwards is also known for his realism. Like the movie Monsters is exactly what this world would do if there was an extraterrestrial land on the planet. They just sort of quarantine it off and let them deal with it, and then go about your own daily life because it doesn't really affect you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that aspect of it, I loved. I love the realism of it, but we'll see. You know, and I can't wait to have this discussion after we all see the movie. I can't wait. I mean, that's going to be so interesting, and wouldn't it be a crock of shit if I loved it better than all you guys?
But yeah, that's the beautiful thing of having, you know, a conscience and an opinion and things that we like. So, you know, my take on the slow build, great. You know, it would take away the suspense if he was thrown out there right in the beginning, or even in the you know, not even halfway through. I have, you know, we all have heard you know, if there was one critique, he's not in it as much as we would like. But then I think back to movies like Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. He doesn't show up till probably after the hour mark.
Exactly.
Look at Chris, Godzilla Final Wars. He was there in the beginning and then he disappeared until probably after another hour.
Yeah, it was halfway through the film, pretty much.
You know, well, there was a few other films that he was barely in it. Godzilla vs. Gigan. Look at Godzilla vs. Gigan. You know, that, all right, now, End had a massive, like, 20-minute battle. That was good. But I've heard that at the end of the movie, when Godzilla is on screen, I've heard that it is just amazeballs. I haven't said that in a while, but, you know, it's just amazeballs. So, when he's on screen, if it's great, then I'll take it. I'm good with it. You know, it is what it is. What's up, Spanky? Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, but I like the slow build. I love Alien. I prefer Alien over Aliens. So I like to not know what's coming for me. You know what I mean? So if that's how Godzilla comes off, then wreck.
Well, you know, one of our favorite movies, I know Rich and I are on the same page, Godzilla vs. Mothra in 1964, or Mothra vs. Godzilla. Godzilla isn't in the... He shows up about halfway through.
Yeah, that's right.
And, you know, you don't even know, like, they don't even allude to Godzilla. All you see is whatever they find in the very beginning. And then I think that worked perfectly because it's a surprise, you know? If it didn't have that in the title, if it just said War of the Monsters, if that was the name of the movie, you wouldn't even know it was Godzilla until he shows up halfway through. But then he's in it the whole rest of the movie, pretty much. But yeah, I mean, it's not necessary to have the monster on screen the whole time. I mean, quality versus quantity. I've said that 1,000 times.
Yep. Here's, after watching Mothra vs. Godzilla last night, you know, and reflecting on what you just said, David, you know, it wouldn't be, it's like almost not a Godzilla movie, you know, it's like this human dilemma these people are dealing with because of a natural disaster, because of a hurricane, blowing Mothra's egg, you know, off Infant Island, and it just so happens because there was a hurricane, Godzilla got thrown on, you know, onto the beach. But you talk about the slow build. You know, the camera's focusing on the Sandy area, and out of nowhere, you know, the news reporter, she's like that area that's moving over there, and it's like all of a sudden you're like, what the fuck? When like this just came out of nowhere, no sound, and then bam, a Fukabe's theme hits and Godzilla's tail comes billowing out of the fucking ground, and I got goosebumps watching the last time. I got goosebumps right now thinking about it. So, everybody knows I like the 64 suit, the Mosagoji, and that's my favorite entrance out of all the Godzilla films. So, if I have any kind of reflection in Godzilla 2014 like Mothra vs. Godzilla did 50 years ago, then they're doing something right. So, I have my seal of approval.
Yep.
As far as slow build goes.
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right, what else? Let's see. What else can we talk about? Word of mouth, reviews. We talked about box office budget, blah 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 stuff. I don't know. What else? What else we got? I mean, James. So I think you got cut out. Where are you seeing the film and when?
I'm heading out to Pasadena with the wife and some friends. We're gonna go to. It's one of those like little. I don't want to say high class theaters, but they take care.
Highbrow?
They like yeah highbrow. No, like they serve you drinks, food while you're sitting there, pillows, blankets, stuff like that. So
Love those theaters.
Highbrow.
You know, those highbrow theaters, there's one in Seattle called Sundance. And there's no children allowed. So it's 18 or over. I can have a fucking Manhattan while I'm watching a movie.
Yeah, that's it.
And the good thing is you buy your ticket online, you choose your seat, so you can show up 5 minutes before the movie starts because you've already got your seat. And you know what? It's $2 more than going to see another movie. So it's like it's not playing there, unfortunately, right now. So if I do see it again and it does go there, it usually shows like more arty, avant-garde films. But if anything is I'm remotely interested in there, that's where we're going.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun. Then I'm sure we'll see it at an IMAX somewhere and just check them all out.
So, James, did you show your wife Godzilla in 1998?
You know what? We watched it. She's actually here. She fell asleep and I went to bed too. We got to.
Make the right decision.
Yeah, we got to where the big fish pile came down and he started eating and that was it for me. That's all I could.
That's a lot of fish. Sorry.
For more.
A lot of fish.
Yeah, she agreed.
You know, wait, who's that? Who did that?
Not me.
Who was that?
That's a damn shame.
What?
That's a damn shame.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Boom.
I like it.
Thanks, Kyle.
I have that somewhere from the Comic-Con experience or Godzilla experience. That was fun.
Are you going to Comic-Con this year, James?
You know what? I do have a ticket. I'm just hoping that work permits me to go. So I do have a ticket. So.
I was lucky enough to go to Comic-Con in San Diego one year.
Really?
About 6 or 7 years ago, I went, and I was blown away. I thought it was great.
That was my first time last year, so it was pretty cool.
So wait, who all here is going to G-Fest?
Not me.
No?
John, you're not going to make it?
Oh.
What the fuck?
Come on.
Why not?
I gotta buy a refrigerator, a dishwasher. I gotta get carpeting. You know, all this
Dude,
stuff.
the hotel room has a refrigerator and carpeting. What are you talking about?
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a dishwasher in our house. Yeah, it's called David.
Dude, crash with me and Stan. That'll be a fucking party.
Wait, you're not going? Now that sucks.
Ugh. I'm selling all my X Plus. Fuck this.
That's what I'm doing right now, unfortunately.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Wait, James, you're selling your 2001. What's up with that?
You know, I'm in between jobs right now. I started a brand new one, but the first paycheck is going to take a while, and my last job is kind of lagging on my last paycheck. So the best thing that I could sell right now that's pretty much guaranteed money is my X Plus figures. And I have those. The ones that I'm selling right now are pre-ordered for August. So if I don't sell them, I could just cancel them, and then I can get them again later. So I'll be
Better not sell your marmots.
Yeah, no, those aren't going anywhere. Those are all upstairs.
Dude, I'm going to send you a down payment if you decide to sell them.
Oh, which one? My marmots?
Yeah.
Yeah, you already have some of mine.
So I will wait to sell you my Howling Glow Godzilla until you're back in the money, okay?
That sounds fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cool.
Is that Mrs. Hartman we hear over there?
What's that?
Was that Mrs. Hartman?
Yeah, she's here. You guys want to say hi?
No.
I do.
I'm kidding.
Yes.
No, I don't want to say hi to you either. Yeah.
So what do you think of my photographs?
Photographs.
Mrs. Hartman, what do you think of my photographs?
Oh, you're the photographer guy.
That's me.
Oh, direct competition. Cool. No, they're really cool. I like the one that you just took of the. Is it they called marmots?
No,
Yeah.
that's another guy.
You got to check out my latest album. I did one of I got a client. It's a bakery that's down the street, and I did some bakery shots. So I want you to check it out and give me some feedback.
I'll,
So you
I'll
took
show her
pictures
those.
of cupcakes?
Cupcakes, cookies, all that stuff. Yes, yes.
Very good pictures.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean,
telling you.
They are very good.
Made me hungry.
I posted it on Planet X, and I probably shouldn't have because it has nothing to do with Godzilla, but I really wanted to have your feedback, and yeah.
I will look at them.
Please do. And yeah, it's kind of cool because I'm stoked, and I need to take another class, a couple classes about my black and whites. The blacks aren't dark enough and the lights aren't light enough, so it's a little bit gray. But other than that, I think I'm getting there.
I've been having her take pictures of my marmots, so they'd look a lot.
Yes, do it, please do. And I want you guys to know that at G-Fest, I'm going to take a portrait of everybody there with their purchase that they buy from G-Fest. So I'm going to just do a whole photo series of G-Fest.
Awesome.
And then hopefully we can do something with it. I was hoping Ryu would go too, because he's another photographer, aspiring photographer. So, I want to be in some of the fucking pictures.
Don't worry, I'll be taking pictures
I
too.
don't want to take every one, so one of you guys has to take a couple of shots with my camera.
That's no problem.
But yeah, so yeah.
I'm bringing my good camera, so you won't be alone.
Cool. Yeah, excellent. I still haven't bought my ticket yet. My plane ticket.
Oh, what is it? Hotwire. They do this thing at the last minute. It's what Sam did last year. Is if you wait till last minute, you can get like this Hotwire deal, but you don't know what the times are for the flight. But you just pick the dates. But you don't know what the times are, but you get a good rate. But
Hotwire, it's called?
Hotwire.com.
I was thinking I could just pretend somebody passed away and get like a bereavement fare.
Oh, wow. Huh?
Yeah, that's bad. I shouldn't even say that. Terrible.
It's everybody.
It's really expensive from the West Coast, I gotta say, in July.
Yeah.
It's really expensive. I mean, it's going to be about $500 for Wednesday now. Yep.
Well, now we're going to talk about G-Fest in relation to Godzilla 2014. Last year, G-Fest's attendance was just over 2,000. So, and it's been going up every year. So, it's good to hear. Like David, you're going to be your first time. Cody's going to be your first time.
Yeah.
It'll be my second. So hopefully it would be great. You know, the new movie sparks all this new interest. G-Fest gets bigger and better. Bam. Take the cake. So, G-Fest is going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be good. Yeah, I'm bummed that John Stanowski's not going.
Yeah, I'm bummed too. Damn it, John. Dude,
Yeah.
Kajuak is not going to be present. Piss.
Exactly.
All right.
That's all right. I'll be wearing your shirt representing, though.
You know, I'm gonna have my wardrobe is already set. I've got a Fresh Vinyl shirt. I'm gonna get a Tokyo Toy Fiend shirt, and I'm gonna buy one of the X Plus Cafe Press. You know, the ones with the box logo on it. So I'm already set with my wardrobe. You know what I mean? There's like nothing to bring. Just a couple pairs of shorts. And good to go. Yeah, I don't have mine yet. Yeah, I gotta get my.
How do you get that? I didn't even know that he was selling them. And like, I made the logo for him, and I didn't even get invited to buy one of them.
Ooh, that's not good.
Hey, Brandon.
What do you do?
W.
Send him a message or what? What do you do?
All right, Brandon.
John, send him a message right now, right here. Where's his fucking shirt?
I didn't even know they were out yet, so I started seeing people wearing them. Like, when did he say they were available?
I think he got them last week sometime because he got his done the same place I do mine at, and because he's in Japan, I think there was some kind of shipment hassle or something. So, but he's got them.
Okay.
Nice going, Brandon. Nice going. Guess who's cleaning the floors on Planet X spaceship tonight? Yep.
How many days are we there for? I'm going to be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm leaving Sunday, so 4 days.
Okay.
I got Fresh Vinyl, Tokyo Toy Fiend, Kaiju, the X Plus one that I love with all the little logos on it, and then I have my Namikawa shirt, my Namikawa shirt that I got like 20 years ago. That's still good.
I love that mug, John.
I'm gonna wear that too.
Yeah, I got my whole wardrobe. Well, I'm gonna be there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Oh, you're there for a long ass time.
Yeah. Last year I had too much fun. I was like, you know what? Because I'm gonna be hanging out with a lot of people. You know, I want to get there early. You know, because a lot of people show up Thursday. And
I'm coming Thursday morning, hopefully.
Yeah, Sunday nights there's the blood party, Godzilla blood party, and basically it's just everybody hanging out at the end of the convention. Everybody's still there out in the patio area. You know, it's right outside the hotel. You'll see it, David. They make this drink. Wait, you're leaving Sunday?
I think so. Yeah.
Change
well,
it.
I don't know. I haven't got my fucking ticket yet. I don't know when I'm leaving.
There you go. Change it. Monday. Crash on the floor, me or something. You know, me and Sam's room. I'll do, you know, whatever you want to do. But, so yeah, there's a blood party on Sunday night out on the patio. The special guests usually hang out with everybody there, and it's a really good time. Robert Scott Field, I've lost count how many G-Fest he's been at, but he's been going since, I think, 99 or 2000. He's a great guest every year. He's very interactive with the fans. So, you know, I didn't get a chance to meet him last year. I was too damn nervous. Go figure. Oh, where's Kyle?
Oh, he left.
Oh.
Tease! That's like a fucking tease in the heat. You know what he just pulled? He just pulled Gareth Edwards. Son of a bitch.
Talk about a slow build.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, talk about slow bill. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm probably gonna end up wearing my shirt a couple times. I'll probably change shirts like 2 times a day.
Well, you have your squishy soft shirt too.
Yeah, I got the original. I got the squishy soft. I got Ryan's Fresh Vinyl shirt with the Godzilla on it, sniffing the box, which is really awesome. I got the X Plus one, but I want to get another one because I got the black one, the gray one like me and John had. And David, if I was you, I'd make sure you get one with the white X Plus logo so it sticks out. The one I bought. What's up, Kyle?
Hey,
Gentlemen.
Dude, we were just saying, you poked in and you poked out. It was like a slow build, like in Godzilla 2014. Teasing us.
I'm all about the slow build.
There you go. Let's do it. Happy review.
That's what she said. And that's kind of funny coming from me, right?
Heyo. Yeah, you wanted the brief review?
I want it, but I don't think these guys do.
I want a non-spoiler review. Hey, I'm okay with it.
I'll take any spoilers. I want it all.
What happens at the end?
Rodan shows up in Bagan.
Oh God! Don't even. No.
So I'll just.
Let's start with this.
I'll just go through the entire movie backwards. From the ending to the start.
Let's just give it a grade, A through F. What do you give it?
I'm giving it a B.
Oh.
All right, something to work on, something to improve.
Because our friend Jeff Dean gave it a C+.
Yeah, Jeff, we saw it last night, and we had a very long conversation afterwards about, all about the movie. And honestly, I was leaning more towards the C+, or 3.5 stars out of 5. But I honestly just didn't feel good about that, because in my mind, a 3.5 star out of 5 movie is just not good, And this was a good film. It was solid, especially, compared to the Japanese films, it's not the same. And compared to the 1998 American film, it blows that thing out of the water.
Good news. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
David looks frozen on my screen here. He's in the weirdest position. It's kind of like this. But anyway, that's the deal is we have a spoiler-free review going online tomorrow sometime. That's a written review, and then we actually will have our full-blown kaiju discussion episode where we go into spoilers and everything. And the full-blown, just it doesn't even matter. We'll talk about everything.
Nice.
That'll be next week sometime.
I'll take a B. See it's not perfect. There's room to improve, is what you're saying. And it gives us. I guess I'm gonna. I'd walk out wanting more. So I can't expect perfection.
Yeah, how could I say this without going too far into it? I had a few nitpicky super fan problems with it, but they're very small. And my biggest problem had to do with the human interaction in the film. But it wasn't bad. You know what I mean? It's not a bad film. It just could have been better. And I feel terrible saying that, because I think everybody should go see it. I don't want anybody to read my review or listen to what I'm saying right now and say, "Whoa, that doesn't sound like it's something I want to go check out." Because
you gotta speak the truth, Kyle.
That's what I'm saying. Is I'm not saying that. I'm not saying these things because I don't feel like it's a good movie. I do actually feel like it's a solid film. But when you compare it to the Japanese stuff, it's just very different. It's hard to even put a I even started the review off by saying that Godzilla is just really difficult to grade as a film because I'm so attached to the Japanese films.
Right.
It's just so different from the Japanese films. Sometimes I kind of felt like, well, maybe America just can't really do a Japanese film. But it wasn't too bad.
Can you?
My disappointments in the film were not too bad.
Was it possible for you to separate your feelings as a genre fan and look at it from that perspective, or could you only see it with those glasses on?
I would say the first viewing, which is I've only seen it once, but I'm gonna see it Friday night. The first viewing, it was difficult to make that separation.
Okay.
I think this movie is gonna appeal to a wider audience than just Godzilla fans.
Which is what they wanted.
Yeah.
What's natural?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. The one thing that I was telling those guys last night is I really appreciate what this film is trying to do, and I appreciate that on a different level than I appreciate the Godzilla films from Japan, this film is not going to make anyone who's a Godzilla fan, nobody's going to say, oh man, this was so much better than any other Godzilla movie that's ever come out of Toho. You know, it's just an additional, like, avenue. It's almost like, I would say if you like movies, you might like video games, you know, that kind of thing. It's like apples and oranges.
But you know, Kyle, there is going to be that faction that's going to say that. Right?
Yeah, we just have to deal
some of
with
the younger, newer fans are going to say that, inevitably.
I have been getting emails of people saying, oh, this is going to be better. And to me, it does kind of hurt my ears. I mean, I'm not trying to be, like, fanboyish, but, you know, I mean, I still, it's not Japanese, it's not Toho, so, you know, from a Godzilla fan perspective, you know, I still don't think it'll be better than you know, the Japanese first film, but I've gotten emails of people saying it's going to be better than the first one. I go, just hold on, no.
Like, jump to those conclusions. They haven't even seen it yet.
Maybe like in the top 10 Godzilla movies, but don't.
No, John turned into a cat again. Jeez.
Sorry.
Oh wait, there he is. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I made this video talking about 2014 because I thought I was getting a lot of emails of people that were getting really overly hyped about this film and saying some things that I was going like, okay, this is taking a little bit too far, and you know, I mean, I'm excited for this film, but I'm still also very reserved and like, you know, my expectations are very low, you know, so that when I go in to see the film, I'm not like disappointed because I was overly excited for it, you know, because if I go in there thinking, okay, this is gonna be the best thing, it's gonna be like, oh my god, and then leaving the film going, oh well, that actually wasn't as good, but because, you know, expectations are low, I'm gonna enjoy it more, and I, you know, and I know I mean, 1984 will always be my favorite. The Suit will always be my favorite. That's not gonna change, but you know, it's gonna, when this film comes out, I think that my like top 10 list might change, obviously, but it's definitely not going to be better than, you know, most of the Japanese films. I don't understand. I mean, I get the young audience, like the young G fans. I can understand why they say it, but you got to give respect where it's due, and the older films, they still have their place, you know. And I don't see this film being better than those. I don't want to sound like an elitist fanboy, but I just
So
I hear you.
point. You say that because you are a younger fan.
Yeah.
Old timers, you know, who I was born in 1965. Okay, so I've been watching these movies for longer than you were even remotely in your parents' together. So
yeah.
To hear you say that is actually kind of refreshing, and I really like that you're saying. So I don't consider it elitist. I consider it like informed and enlightened, because without those movies, this one would not exist.
Exactly. I mean, that's why I'm happy that my father showed me the originals first. I mean, because for some reason, I always thought that 1984 was the first film I saw, but I have a feeling 1954 was the first one that my dad showed me, but maybe I just don't remember because I was so young. I mean, I was 2 years old, they tell me, when the first time I was introduced to Godzilla, but that's why I'm so happy that my father showed me the classics first, because when you show someone the classics first, they will have an appreciation, and then when you show them the newer stuff, then they'll be like, you know, like me, they have the opinion where the newer stuff is cool, but you gotta have the old stuff. You gotta. And it's kind of the same, like, I mean, a little bit off topic, but it's kind of like with Star Wars. Don't show your kids the prequels first. I mean, like, you know, we all have opinions on the prequels, but you got to show them the originals first, and preferably the unedited ones if you can find them. But before you show them the prequels. So that's just my thing on it. Some of these fans that are going like so overly hyped for it, I'm kind of scared. I'm like, don't go into the film thinking this is going to be the all-time best Godzilla movie, because it's not. It's not going to be.
So Kyle, is there enough nods to the Japanese films and the original in this, or are they few and far between?
I'd say they're few and far between, but you have a really significant nod in one of the characters' names, which I'm assuming you all know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys do.
And then throughout the beginning of the film, I will say there's a couple of at least 2 or 3 references that are just sort of like background information or background set design stuff that if you look at and you see it in time, you'll be like, oh, that's X, or something.
Interesting.
I want to see it again. I don't know if I said that, but I'm really looking forward to seeing it a second time.
Yeah, you're the only one that's seen it in this whole group so far, so.
Lucky.
Lucky.
Well, I put a lot of work into this whole podcast thing, so.
Oh my god.
If I could add on, Chris, what you were saying about expectations, you pretty much almost said everything that I've said from the beginning. Go in with expecting nothing, because if I leave with nothing, I lost nothing. I'm not expecting to get nothing out of the film, and I've said this, to numerous people. I think D fans, we were burned in 1998. I'm afraid to, obviously my wall has come down now. I've knocked this wall down. Tomorrow's the day. I'm ready to embrace a new Godzilla film, made on American soil. Well, no, in Toronto, but still, Hollywood movies. or Vancouver, whichever it was. But I want to believe that Gareth Edwards gets Godzilla, and how many times have we heard it, America just doesn't get Godzilla. Yeah. And then that's the thing that, keeps me concerned about going into this. But I just want to enjoy it for what it is and, have fun with it.
Yeah.
Right on.
Right on.
Bam. What else? What else anybody got?
In a top 10. It can be put in a top 10 list. That's what
I seriously doubt that's going to happen for me. But
yeah.
I mean, if it is, then I'd be really surprised.
Yeah, it's hard to beat out the nostalgic factor, And Chris, just like Chris was saying, obviously same here as far as trying to go into the movie. I'm keeping my expectations low. I've seen barely any trailers. I've seen hardly nothing. I try to read nothing about it. What Kyle's saying is probably the most I've heard about the movie in general. And the one thing I keep reminding myself about it is, although it's not in story maybe, ultimately it is a remake. And like most Hollywood remakes, they usually don't turn out as good as the original, and I keep that in the back of my mind. So I don't have.
Is there historically a film remake that's better than the original? I don't know that there is.
See, I don't think so.
I don't know.
I don't know that there is.
Not that one that captures the essence of what Godzilla really is and the tone and the story.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even with me, like with 1984, it was kind of a reboot, sort of, but it still didn't, it didn't have 100% the essence of the original,
Yeah.
Well,
So.
there are some films that just shouldn't be messed with, and Hollywood, the way Hollywood works is there's very little imagination anymore, so inevitably everything that was successful is going to be remade, whether it was good or not.
Yeah.
And a perfect example is last weekend they just did a TV miniseries of Rosemary's Baby, which is one of my favorite horror movies of all time. The original, it's terrifying, and there's not one drop of blood spilled in that whole movie, yet it's fucking scary as shit. I watched the first part of Rosemary's Baby on Sunday, and I thought it was okay, but I keep asking myself, why bother? Because the first one was so good and so iconic, and actually it is iconic because Ruth Gordon is one of the few actors who won an Oscar for being in a horror film. So there you have it. And it was a Roman Polanski film, and it was just way ahead of its time and great. But it didn't need to be remade, and the remake pales in comparison to the original, even though it's watchable.
Yep.
I don't know where I was going with that, but whatever.
Yeah, I guess
Shut up, Jane.
the last thing I'll say about the American Godzilla film, without going too far into it, is that to me, this film really, I mean, let's see, hang on, let me think about this for a sec. I agree that it's a remake, it's a reboot, and I don't know if it has that kind of same, let's make an actual franchise out of this. I don't know if it has that kind of staying power, not just as the quality of its film, but also if America would even be willing to really go see a Godzilla series.
Interesting.
One of the cool things that I thought Gareth Edwards said when he was asked about sequels, I mean, he was asked about sequels and he said, yeah, I'd love to do this or I'd love to do that. But when asked if he was making this the first of, a trilogy or the first in a duology or something, his response was, I just want to make a good movie, and then if it works out for being sequelized, that's fine. And I really think he did that. So
That's cool.
That's about all I'll say about the film. I hope you guys all enjoy it. And we're going to come back and do this again after everybody's seen it, Rich?
Yeah, when are we going to reconvene? Because I'm not going to Saturday.
We could do. I don't know. I'm thinking for some reason Sunday night popped into my head, or we can maybe Monday night. I don't care. When we'll discuss it elsewhere, and then we'll go from there. But we'll definitely get everybody together. We'll shoot the shit, and we'll throw our feelings and thoughts on this. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's so intriguing to hear Kyle's take on it.
Yeah.
Kyle, August, a couple of the old school, collectors and fans. Those are the opinions that I really value and that I'm going to base my initial feelings before I go on. So now I just want to see it. I just want to see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I'll be honest, I don't think I was ever really expecting any, all right, us Godzilla fans to say, oh my god, it was amazing, because we have, Kyle, what you were saying earlier, it made me think, we do have expectations, and, as Godzilla fans, what we know is Godzilla, so, of course, we're going to be critiquing it to some regard, but wouldn't we do that with any new Godzilla movie from Toho anyways?
Yeah.
So.
All I care about is if it's better than 98. So, and I know it's going to be better than 98.
It already is.
So.
It already is.
See that, Chris, that, to me, that shouldn't be a benchmark because that is so low expectation. Yeah. You could still be a piece of shit and be better than the 1998 movie. I mean, that made me so angry when people would say about the design aspect of it. Well, I don't really like it, but it's better than the 98 one. I said, what kind of shit is that? I mean, don't you want a good design and a good movie? Yeah. Not just passable from the 98 benchmark?
True.
That pushes my buttons.
Because it wasn't even a benchmark, 98. It was.
Yeah, but people were using it as a benchmark. More than one. Many people.
Was it? I mean, maybe it was only being used as a. I don't even want to say a benchmark, but not even comparison. I'm just going to say sludge. It's being used as a sludge, just because it was an American Godzilla movie, and we're getting another American Godzilla movie.
Maybe, but
that's the only way I would say.
What could it then be compared to, or like benchmark to?
I mean, you compare it to the ones that stand up, the ones that hold up, like the 54 movie, because it is, in essence, a reboot of the 54 movie.
Okay.
Even though I know it's they completely reimagined the origin of the monster in the 98 movie, and it just missed on every level, and And when I would say I don't love the design, I wish I counted the amount of times people would say to me, "Well, dude, it's better than the '98." And it's just like I just saw red, and well, fuck. Of course, it's better than the '98.
Godzilla's Revenge is better than '98.
Well, definitely, of course it is. But
I watched that over Gino. Fuck yeah, I'm serious too.
I haven't watched the Gino movie in I don't know how long. I think I scared Kyle away.
No, he said his sniggle dropped.
Okay, here I go with my strong opinions again. So whatever.
Uh-oh.
Well, look. Honestly, I want to. We're gonna end the live feed, and we're gonna go do what we do and hang out some more. But we're gonna end it here live. Everybody enjoy Godzilla 2014. It's a good time to be a Godzilla fan. At the end of the day, put all the opinions and everything aside. There is a Godzilla movie coming out tomorrow. We don't get to say this every day. So, you know what, Chris? I think you need to say this last goodbye. The end words, because your words fit it better than what I say.
Okay. All right. That's it. Stay big, G fans.